Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate. We do mom life together here on this channel, and in specific I have a lot of content about foster care and adoption, and today is a foster care video. I know a lot of you are here for that, and this is more for the new foster parents or the people who have considered it but maybe have some fears, and it's all about how to say yes to the unknowns of foster care. The unknowns of foster care are one of the biggest hurdles that prevent people from getting involved in the first place. The other is the fear of getting too attached and having to say goodbye, but I will save that for another video. When we started the foster parenting process, we knew one thing. God called us to adopt, and there was a child or children out there who needed a forever home. We knew adopting through the foster care system was the right choice for us because we wanted to give our family to a child, not necessarily just to grow our family. We wanted to minimize the moves and the trauma that a child would potentially have while they go through the court system of being a foster child. For us, when we were saying yes to foster care, we were saying yes to the possibility forever. And we wanted to have the longest amount of time possible with that child. So that's why we wanted to take the risk and the fear of the unknown and the maybe they'll go back, or maybe they'll go to somebody else, or maybe we won't be able to adopt them. We wanted to take that risk on in order for the child to have the best shot at life, to minimize the impact of moves and the trauma that that creates. And thankfully, we've had 9 kids in our home, but the one that we were able to adopt, we have had her since day one. So God has totally answered our prayer in that area. And we said yes to all the unknowns that foster parenting entails. And as we were finishing up the last bit of our adoption process with our daughter, we didn't know that saying yes would mean over 4 years and 9 kids in our home. We didn't know that we would fall in love with being foster parents and supporting birth families to get their kids back and see families reunified. We didn't know we'd fall in love with that process. We were certainly naive to all the problems in the foster care system and how isolating it would be. We didn't know how many mistakes we would make as foster parents, mainly me. My husband's pretty awesome, but we didn't know how many mistakes we'd make. We didn't know how it would challenge our marriage. We didn't know how it would spiritually mature us, and we didn't know how many dang tears would fall from these eyes. And I didn't know how it would bring out the worst and the best at me all at once. We didn't know how wonderfully it would affect our biological children. We were so worried about the negative impacts that we didn't even fathom the compassion, the intelligence, the open arms, the empathy that our children have developed. I certainly didn't think I'd be blogging and sharing my story in order to encourage and equip other foster parents. I didn't think I would feel so passionately about normalizing foster parenting and trying to create more awareness for it. I didn't think I would want to recruit more foster parents when I saw the need. And the bottom line is these precious children just need more stable adults in their corner that are willing to step out into the unknown, put the fears aside, and just say yes. Be there to support them, be there to encourage them, be there for them when they're in their most difficult part of their life journey. Despite all the hard and the uncertainty, the tears and the joy, I tell everybody that foster parenting is the best thing that I've ever done with my life. And I share with everybody who shares with me that they have foster parenting on their mind or they're feeling led to that, to jump in with both feet. Educate yourself and get the supports, but jump in with both feet. If God had shared the unknowns in the beginning, I don't know if I would have said yes. I love how God pulls us in and gives us just enough information at a specific time, and then how the Holy Spirit convicts us with that information. And as foster parents, as Christian foster parents, if we knew all of the unknowns, I think so many more of us would be in direct disobedience to God's will for our lives. And I can only speak for myself, but if I had known the emotional roller coaster, the chaos, and the hurt that was headed our way, I would have tried to run far, far away from it. Knowing these things would have blinded me from the pure joy that was mixed into all of that chaos. Little girl who we call Rosie, who completes our family in a way we didn't even know we needed. If I had known, I could have missed this. Can you claim her?
Get in the school bus.
Good girl. I could have missed a smile that makes my heart swell, a little run that I never get tired of seeing, tiny hands that cling around my neck, and little lips that leave the sweetest little kisses on my cheek. I will forever have a broken heart for orphaned and vulnerable children, and I pray that God continues to break my heart. I pray that I never turn my back now that my eyes have been opened. And if you too have a broken heart for these kids, I urge you to focus not on the unknown, but on what is known. James 1:27, it says, "Religion that is pure and undefiled before the Father is this: visit orphans and widows in their affliction, and to keep oneself unstained from the world." Psalm 82 verse 3 says this: "Give justice to the weak and the fatherless. Maintain the right of the afflicted and the destitute." The Bible is very clear that we are to care for the orphans and widows in this world, to share our resources. It is clear that the fatherless deserve justice, and He redeems that injustice through his mighty love. Deuteronomy 10:18 says, "He executes justice for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the sojourner, giving him food and clothing." He has commanded us to help. Whether you foster, adopt, support those that do, mentor a child, volunteer, or give financially to orphan care causes, say yes to the unknown. Not everyone is called to be on the front lines, but we are all called to help and support these children. I believe God is so pleased when we step up to something that is near and dear to his heart. We're willing, when we choose right over comfort, when we say, I don't know and I can't control, but I can be faithful to what God has called me to. When we are obedient, like Abraham, like Noah, like Mary, like Paul, like Jesus. My prayer for any of you watching this is that you learn a little bit more about how you can get involved, how you can help. 153 million children worldwide waiting for your help. There's 443,000 kids in the foster care system in the US. In my province of Ontario, Canada, there are 12,000 kids in care at any given month. These aren't just numbers and statistics. These are children. I hope you share this video with somebody that you think might find it helpful. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.